Hello, and welcome to the Gamer's Closet. I'm your host, Douglas Weed, and today we're going to be talking about Boggle. Boggle is a game that was manufactured by Parker Brothers back in 1972. It runs for about 10 minutes of game time, is rated for ages 8 and up, and seats anywhere from 1 to 8 players. But let's dig into it a little further, shall we?
These are the tools of the Boggle addict. The pencil, the pad, the timer, the game. Boggle addicts look like you and me. Ordinary people. They could be your neighbors, but they are different. They will stop at nothing to get their hands on this insidious game. It could happen to you. Remember, there is no known cure for Boggle.
Paid for by Parker Brothers, makers of Boggle and Big Boggle, the fun addictions.
Boggle was created by Parker Brothers in 1972 and was created by Alan Turoff and Bill Cook. It has had multiple printings over the years by many different game companies and is still in print today. This game has been released in many different countries in many different languages. Here pictured is the English and French Canadian version. It's also been released in Greek, Swedish, Brazilian Portuguese, as well as Hebrew. This game does come with multiple pieces. It comes with 16 letter cubes, a grid and dome, a set of instructions, and a 3-minute timer. Each player will need a pencil and paper. With the lid over the base, shake up the cubes. Now search the assortment of letters for words of 3 or more letters. Words are formed from letters that adjoin horizontally, vertically, or diagonally to the left, the right, up, or down. However, no letters may be used more than once within a single word. When you find a word, write it down. Keep looking and writing until the time is up. Any words, nouns, verbs, adjectives, adverbs, plural of, form of, or tense is acceptable as long as it can be found in a standard English dictionary. Proper nouns such as Smith, Ohio, France, etc. are not allowed. Words within words are also permissible, as in spare, spa, par. When the timer runs out, all players stop writing. Each player in turn then reads his or her list aloud. Any words that appear on more than one player's list must be crossed off of all lists, and no one gets credit for it. Players then score their remaining words as follows. If you have a 3-letter word, you get a point. 4-letter words, you get a point. 5-letter words, you get 2 points. 6-letter words, you get 3 points. 7-letter words, you get 5 points. 8 or more is worth 11 points. The player is the winner who earned the most points when play stopped, or who is the first player to reach the tournament score of 50 points, 100 points, or whatever was decided on before playing. Couple of things to remember. Do not touch the cubes or the grid while the timer is running. The same word found by a player in different areas of the grid may not be counted for multiple credit. The QU counts as 2 letters. Both the M and the W have a line under them, so that way you can tell them apart. The Z has a line under it and should not be read as in. You get full credit for both the single and plural of a noun as long as you wrote down both. Multiple meanings for the same spelling do not earn multiple credit. For example, the word TEAR for rip or cry counts only once. And for the highest score, look for unusual words that others might miss, and you will earn more points. To win this game, be the player with the highest score at the end of the 3-minute game, or be the first player to reach the designated point limit in a tournament game. Players score by listing words of the highest point value they can find in the 4 rows of letters. Well, this has been an overview of Boggle. Boggle is one of those Parker Brother games that has stood the test of time. It's still in print today, even after Parker Brothers was purchased by Hasbro. Hasbro took over the licensing on it and is still printing this game. This game is pretty straightforward. It's a mental dexterity game where you have to find letters in and words in this shaped up scrambler. It's a game that can bring non-gamers into gaming. It's a good way to introduce family members, kids, non-gamers into a family game night or a group game. So it is a good way to bring new people in, like a gateway game. If you haven't played Boggle before, it's, like I said, pretty straightforward. It's really easy to pick up, really easy to learn. It's online for about 10 to 20 bucks, so it's really easy to find still. Most toy stores stock it still. You can find it on Amazon, eBay. You can purchase it at Target, Walmart. Most places that sell board games, you can get a hold of it relatively easy. The game itself, like I said, is really easy to play. It doesn't involve a lot, and you can kind of readjust it however you want. You can have multiple turns. You can keep pushing rules. You can have multiple variants if you want on this game. It's very open-ended, so it's kind of, you can do whatever you want with it. If you haven't played Boggle before, I would say I would take a look at it, because, like I said, it's a good gateway game to bring in new gamers. Or kids, if you want to get them involved. Plus, it has that mental dexterity to trying to find words and critical thinking to create words out of jumbled letters. So it has a lot of bonuses to it. If you haven't played Boggle before, I would, like I said, take a look at it, and I would honestly recommend playing this game. Well, that's it from us here at the Gamer's Closet. We'd like to thank you for checking out our video on Boggle from Parker Brothers. If there's a game in the future you'd like us to review or go over, please put it in the comments below. Please hit subscribe so that way you can be the first to check out our future content. And as always, please have a great gaming day.